I will never be okay with that.
Amen.
I don't care what he was doing out here. This was our backyard.
Yeah.
We lived in the South End, and this was our backyard. And it's not okay for my son to be murdered and shot down.
My name is Patty Lee. I'm a photographer, broadcaster, mother, grandmother. Amir was 22 years old when he was murdered on Boylston Street. He is a father of 2 children, 3 years old and 1 year old. He was waiting for a friend, actually, and was sitting out in behind Trinity Church. And he was joking around, I guess, with the wrong personality. And they didn't take it lightly, and they went to their car, got a gun, and shot him in the heart.
Gun violence has taken the lives of 31 people in Boston this year. Amir was the 25th victim. The story of Amir represents only one of 10,618 deaths nationwide.
Homicide detectives searching for the person who gunned down a man right by Copley Plaza last night.
The shots ring out outside of a department store.
Tragedy on a school campus.
Gunfire erupts on Capitol Hill.
Semi-automatic rifle.
Shooting numerous TSA officers and killing at least one.
At least one person killed, possibly more.
Shattered by gunfire.
Actually, that night, they were saying that they had somebody or a description of someone with a blue Hawaiian shirt that was 5'9", that had ran to their car and ran and shot Amir and went back to the car. And then the mayor got on the news and said something about drugs, or it was drug related. And I think that they dropped the ball because of what he said.
Police know it's not random shooting. You know that fact. We think it's drug related.
I don't think people want to have visibility about someone being shot on Boylston Street, right where there's so much tourism and students and just a high traffic area where there's a lot of economic. There could be, we could hurt some pockets, you know, if this really got out and was kind of on the news.
Amidst the political issues, Patty decided that action needed to be taken, even if no one in the legislative arena was going to help her.
We had the march and memorial for Amir, and Amir loved orange, and so that's why we have the orange.
Thank you for coming out and remembering Amir. This is the place where Amir's life was cut short. When death comes to your door, it's like you don't know how to react.
While it is easy to blame one political side or the other, gun reform has made no progress because of sensationalism that crosses partisan lines.
This society has been built around the idea that the gun is an important sense of personal identity for some people, sense of personal rights for other people. And so guns are very intertwined with the American culture, and as a result, violence is very intertwined with American culture as well.
There is polarization on this topic. It has prevented us, certainly at the state level, from doing more, and very clearly at the national level, where we really need gun reform. That would cut down on a lot of the trafficking that is coming up through this iron pipeline.
It doesn't matter whether you are for gun control or whether you're for Second Amendment rights. There's a tendency to sensationalize at both ends. I think by and large, the NRA plays to its members in the same way that a gun control organization plays to their members. The NRA wants me to pay my dues. They need those dues in order to support their mission. And if you happen to be on the other side, you're going to want the executive director of Gun Grabbers of America, or whatever that organization might be, to take a strong stand for gun control. It's a wildly sensational issue, and I think this is part of the problem. We can't seem to find any middle ground on the issue, that we have sensationalism at one extreme and sensationalism at the other extreme.
is our neighbor, the 13-year-old girl who participated in President Obama's second inauguration, only to return home to Chicago a couple of months later and get shot in the street and killed. Are our neighbors the kids in Newtown? Are our neighbors the suicide victims who occur throughout this country and throughout this state? Let us do unto our neighbors what we would want them to do unto us.
We are all valuable. You know, it might be somebody's brother or somebody's father that you're taking away. And it's not okay to kill somebody. It's not okay. You know, and this is not in vain. My son's death will never be in vain for me.
I do think that you can assemble all of those factors, throw them at the center of this conference table, and hopefully have reasonable people sit around and try to figure out how each of those factors can be addressed through proper litigation that's going to have an impactful result.
We have some real positive change coming out of this movement. It could take time. Certainly we'd like to see a little bit more activity on the federal level, and that is going to take some patience and some commitment and a continued push on this, but I'm confident that with concerted effort, and certainly I'm going to add my voice to it over the course of the next few years, we can really see some positive change.